One of the more frequent sketch segments featuring Grover involves him taking a series of customer service jobs. One of his customers is always Mr. Johnson, a balding, mustachioed customer who invariably becomes frustrated at Grover's bumbling service and his insistence that he is serving him properly. The first Grover Mr. Johnson series of sketches, set at Charlie's Restaurant, aired in the early 1970s. Here, Grover is employed as a waiter and Mr. Johnson is his customer. The sketches followed the same basic premise. Mr. Johnson would order a menu item, Grover would serve the customer, a disagreement results as a result of Grover's mistakes, and Grover attempting to correct the mistake with varied degrees of success. Under this backdrop, the sketches served to teach the childhood audience basic concepts such as same and different, big and little, hot and cold, the alphabet, following directions and patience, among other things. This was even parodied in an episode of Monsterpiece Theater, where Grover had to keep rushing out of the kitchen to tell Johnson that they had run out of parts of his order. Naturally, Alistair Cookie introduced this performance as Much Ado About Nothing. Repeats of the Charlie's Restaurant series of sketches aired for many years on Sesame Street. In the years since, new Grover Mr. Johnson sketches have been produced, with Grover taking other customer service jobs and Mr. Johnson as his hapless customer. Every time, Mr. Johnson recognizes Grover as that waiter from Charlie's. Grover's jobs have ranged from a taxi driver and a photographer to a flight attendant and singing telegram artist. One sketch parodied the ABC television series Extreme Makeover, Home Edition in a segment where Grover began remodeling Mr. Johnson's home despite his express wishes. In another one, Mr. Johnson is the only patron, and Grover is the only actor, for a production of Spider-Monster, the musical, a parody of the musical Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. The play is, of course, a complete calamity and finally comes crashing down on both of them.